In 1990, a series of murders shocked a college town in Florida. 6 years later, those crimes would help inspire one of the most iconic horror films ever made, Scream. And 10 years after that, that same film would be linked to another real-life killing. August 1990. Gainesville, Florida. Students at the University of Florida began locking doors, sleeping in groups. Some even fled the city.
Right now I'm helping my friend go home, and I'll probably go home this weekend, but I'll be coming back.
Tell us why.
Well, I was going to plan on going home anyway this weekend, but I think it's a good idea to go home now, especially since all this is going on. I really don't want to be here with as little people as they're going to be here. There really isn't going to be anyone in the dorm, and I'd rather not stay by myself.
Fearful?
Yeah, it is fearful. You can't help but fear something like that. It wouldn't be natural not to fear it.
So you will do what? What are you planning to do again?
Go home this weekend, spend a little bit of time at home. Then I'll come back. Hopefully, there will be no more murders, but who's to say?
There was a killer entering homes at night. 5 students were murdered in just 4 days. Sonia Larsson, Christina Powell, Krista Hoyt, Tracy Pauls, and Manuel Tabawada. The man responsible for their deaths was 36-year-old Danny Rolling.
I've been running from first one thing and then another all my life. But there are some things that you just can't run from, and this being one of those.
I believe Rolling pleaded guilty so he wouldn't have to sit in that courtroom and listen to the things he did to these 5 kids.
But it wasn't just the killings that horrified investigators. It was what he did after. Staged the scenes. Turned the crime scenes into something theatrical. This wasn't impulsive violence. It was calculated, controlled, and deeply disturbing. Rolling was eventually arrested weeks later. But by then, the fear had already spread far beyond Gainesville. Years later, Hollywood took notice. Released in 1996, Scream redefined horror. Written by Kevin Williamson and directed by Wes Craven, it brought something new, fear that felt real, targeting young people, invading homes, turning silence into terror.
Well, I think, some people often ask me, why do people want to go and be scared? And my answer is that people don't want to go and be scared. They are scared. That we have resident fears, from real things. I mean, let's not forget real life, So the reason I think this works for kids is that those fears are evoked in these movies and brought out in the course of the story in a way that it has some resolution at the end.
Not a direct retelling, but the parallels to the Gainesville murders were impossible to ignore. Scream reached millions, turning fear into a legend.
You see, Sid, everybody dies but us. Everybody dies but us. We're gonna carry on and plan the sequel, because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel. Ah! Ah!
He's sick for fuck's sake. You've seen one too many movies.
Nah, Sid, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative. Ah! Stop it, Billy, would you, all right? I can't take any more. I'm feeling a little woozy here.
On September 22nd, 2006, Cassie Jo Stoddart was house-sitting for family friends. She invited a few friends over that evening, including Brian Draper and Tori Adamczyk. They left shortly after. At least that's what it seemed. In reality, they didn't go far. They cut the electricity to the house, waited, created fear before the attack. Then they went inside.
We're here in his car. The time is 9:50, September 22nd, 2006. Unfortunately, we have the grueling task of killing our 2 friends, and they are right in that house just down the street.
We just talked to them. We were there for an hour. But
We checked out the whole house. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I unlocked the back doors, so it's all unlocked.
Cassie was stabbed multiple times. When police investigated, they discovered the recordings.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cassie's family, but she had been number one. We had to stick with the plan. And she's perfect, so she's gonna die.
Sometimes evil doesn't die with the killer or fade with the credits. It waits in the silence, ready for the next soul foolish enough to listen.